Greetings, 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 royal family. I'm back. Welcome back to another episode of the Morning Boogie. It is Wednesday, aka Hump Day, May 26th. The year is 2021. I'm going to keep it real. I got a chap in my ears, ladies and gentlemen, because my iced coffee got a little too much cream, not enough hazelnut. And I'm not excited about that. But other than that, I'm having a fantastic morning. Hope you are as well. Shout out to my live Twitch viewers, YouTube royal family members. Please look in the community tab and click on the link where you can follow me on Twitch if you have Twitch. Okay, it's a free app. You can download it. You can watch me live. I go live here on Twitch, and then I upload the pre-recorded video on YouTube for those who are not aware. So shout out to my live Twitch viewers and shout out to my YouTube royal family members, my A1 day ones. Okay, so today's lineup is going to be very interesting. We got Wendy Williams, her ex-husband, Kelvin Hunter. He is like saying some things about Charlamagne, and it seems like he has his hand on the go button, okay? And he is ready to expose Charlamagne. Hot 97 Summer Jam is back. So everybody is ready to go outside. People are tired of being cooped up in the house. They're over quarantine. Everybody is ready to get it cracking for the summer. So I'm going to get into that. That announcement was made today. KANDI BURRUSS Tucker from Real Housewives of Atlanta, money-making KANDI, businesswoman KANDI. Well, one of her many restaurants failed their health inspection. Yikes. This oftentimes happens. I don't think it's that bad. I'm going to be honest. When I read it, I was laughing only because I'll get into why. Okay. No shade. I'm sure KANDI will be fine. And I got a couple of other topics sprinkled throughout the episode. So be sure to like the video, please. That is your admission fee. Thank you, YouTube family. While you're in here, make sure you don't forget to like before you leave. It costs you nothing. Greatly appreciate it. All right. So let's get this show on the road. First up. Do you guys remember, this is, I saw this was sent to me actually on Yahoo News, but I did hear about this story. Y'all know I like Dunkin' Donuts, so of course this is going to stick out to me. And it's Florida. It's foolishness, It's always something in Florida. So do you guys remember the manager of Dunkin' Donuts who basically put pause on an older gentleman because the older gentleman was saying some derogatory things to him, right? So he's basically been charged with manslaughter. Okay. And anyway, let me read the article. Hillsborough State Attorney Andrew Warren's office released a detailed chronological account of a May 4th incident now receiving national attention and scrutiny. So here's what happened. Corey P. was working as a manager at the Dunkin' Donuts on South 50th Street in Tampa when a regular customer began verbally berating the staff because he was upset about service in the drive-thru line. Okay. Whatever. Then, per the state attorney's office, staff told the 77-year-old customer to leave several times, but the man parked his car and entered the store. So Corey, the manager, told a coworker to call the police. The customer approached the counter and continued to argue with Corey, who remained on the opposite side of the counter, separated by a waist-high swinging door, some 6 feet from the customer. Okay. So I guess they're taking the social distancing precautions at the store. The customer called Corey. His name is Pujols. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm saying his first name, right? The customer called Corey a racial slur. Corey slowly walked forward through the swinging door and stood face to face with the man with his hands at his sides and warned the man not to say that again. The man repeated the slur and Corey punched him in the jaw, which caused the victim to fall and hit his head. Corey then slowly walked away. The man passed away 3 days later in the hospital. The state attorney charged Corey with manslaughter. He was originally arrested on a charge of battery on a person older than 65. That's a law, ladies and gentlemen, in Florida. Anywho, manslaughter is intentionally committing an act without lawful justification that causes the death of another person where the death was not intended. What they're saying, the victim's use of, listen to this, the victim's use of racial slurs is highly inflammatory. Inflammatory speech alone, however, does not justify violence. This is what the state attorney said in a statement. Although the victim's speech was reprehensible, it was legal. While we find the victim's words repulsive, public safety requires holding Corey accountable for his actions. What do you guys think about that? I mean, you know, the old saying goes, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. You know, you can't go around putting paws on people, whether you think it's justified or not. Legally, you know, you can't go around putting your paws on people because someone said something to you, right? So what do you guys think? Do you think that he was charged appropriately? Now, as far as how much time he's going to serve, I'm not sure. In my opinion, put it this way, had Corey been a member of the protected class, quote unquote, in this country, I have a strong feeling it would have gone different. Recently, a bill is waiting to be signed to protect a specific group of people from any sort of, you know, slurs or any sort of anybody putting their hands on them. So I wonder if Corey was a part of that particular group, how this would have gone. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter because he's not, right? But tell me what you think about this. Do you think that he was appropriately charged? It is an unfortunate situation, and I'll leave it at that. You drop down in the comments and let me know. Yes, you know, you got to be careful. You have to be very, very careful. And I'm speaking in reference to people who feel the urge to do what Corey did. You do have to be very careful because he may not have intended for him to, like, you know, go on home to glory or wherever he's gone, that the older gentleman, right? But that's the problem with not thinking before you take action. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts, though. We're still in Florida foolishness. This is according to the Sun Sentinel, that is a paper, a local newspaper in Florida. So Broward deputies have a new weapon in the war on opioids, a $90,000 drug detection device, y'all. So Florida got money to waste, $90,000 for one device. That's per device, and it's a drug detection device. So I guess the dogs are not working anymore. Fort Lauderdale, the Broward Sheriff's Office, has a new tool in its efforts to combat the opioid crisis and other drugs. Their new device, it's a portable MX908. Sounds fancy, right? This will allow deputies to rapidly field test substances that detect trace amounts of hundreds, y'all, of dangerous drugs such as heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamines, and fentanyl, as well as cutting agents used in illegal drugs. Child, $90,000. Oh my God. So instead of putting money into training these officers, okay, into, I don't know, I don't know. One device is 90 grand. What happened to the police dogs sniffing up stuff? They cost about $90,000 a piece and were purchased by the Broward, that's a county in Florida, Sheriff's Department through a partnership with the Department of Health, Broward, via the Overdose Data and Action Grant. What the heck is that? What's an Overdose Data Action Grant? They giving out grants for. The grant was funded by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. So the CDC is out here funding these machines, $90,000 machines, to detect drugs and any cutting agents that might be in these drugs. The CDC, huh? Wow. Exposure to fentanyl can be particularly deadly. According to the CDC, fentanyl, a prescription-only pharmaceutical-grade opioid painkiller, 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine, can be absorbed through the skin. Let me tell you something. I need not read any further because you see where this is going. I'm going to tell you why this $90,000 was invested to detect these drugs and fentanyl. We're cracking down on fentanyl. You know why? Because these drugs and this quote unquote crises is affecting a protected demographic of people. Okay? Back in the 80s when the crack epidemic hit, nobody was going above and beyond to purchase or fund, the purchase of these machines to detect this and that. No. Doors were being kicked in. Handcuffs were thrown on people. All types of stuff. People who had serious addictions, right, were tossed in jail. They weren't rehabilitated. Absolutely not. They were demonized, torn from their families. But now this opioid crisis is affecting a protected class of people in this country. And it is what it is. It's the truth. You guys know it's the truth. If you grew up in the 80s and you know what it is, if you were privy to politics, if you cared, you see the difference between then and now. You understand what I'm saying? So I wonder how the citizens of Florida, specifically Broward County, feel about each machine costing $90,000 and the CDC funding this or participating in funding this. This is very interesting. And then they don't criminalize, they don't demonize the people who are strung out on these opioids, certain demographic that is. They need rehabilitation. They need therapy. No, they're not tossed in jail. And I forgot what state it was that they're decriminalizing heroin. Yeah. Interesting, right? Nothing new under the sun, honey. I'm not surprised whatsoever. But 90 grand as a citizen, a tax-paying citizen, if my county or community decided to purchase these items, 90 grand per machine, I would have a problem with that. I feel like there's other ways. What happened to the police dogs? I'm still stuck on that. You need a $90,000 machine to detect drugs? Whatever. Do what you wish with the money. On a lighter note, Wendy Williams. Y'all know I got love for Auntie Wendy. And I always will. I don't mind checking her and her wig when necessary. But I got mad love and respect for Wendy Williams. So congratulations to the Wendy Williams Show hair and makeup team on being nominated for 2 daytime Emmys. That's amazing. Nominated for outstanding hairstyling and outstanding makeup. Shout out to Morel, okay? You know that is Wendy's, is he her, does he do her, no, he does her makeup. Does he do her makeup? Yeah, he does her makeup. I forgot what was the guy's name who used to do Wendy Williams' hair and he passed away. Y'all remember him? He was her friend. Like they used to have kitchen table talk and everything. He used to come over to her house. You know, Wendy doesn't have a lot of friends, like especially in her personal space in her home. I don't remember his name. He was her wigologist. Is it Antoine? I don't remember her wigologist's name, but yeah, he passed away a couple years ago. And he was in a relationship with the gentleman that used to be on Kim Kimball's show. Child, I watch a lot of I'm a walking television box. Anyway, shout out to the Wendy Williams Show and hair and makeup for being nominated for 2 daytime Emmy Awards. That's a big deal. Shout out to y'all. Okay, who's up next? Now, I don't know who asked for this. I don't get it. Who asked for this? This is according to the Jasmine brand. All right, they posted this to their Instagram. Swiss Beats and Timbaland to face off in Versus rematch. Who asked for this? What I thought Bow Wow and Soulja Boy Tell 'Em was supposed to be doing a Versus. I don't believe that that's true because I don't see that confirmed on Versus TV on their Instagram. And again, I'm gonna say this again. I remember Timbaland and Swiss Beats telling Bow Wow that he does not have enough hits to qualify because I remember he wanted to go up against, I think he wanted to go up against either Chris Brown. No. It wasn't Chris Brown. I think he wanted to go up against Romeo or Romeo, I think it was. I don't remember who. He said even Chris Brown. I don't remember, but they were all on a live. All three of them were on a live. I remember. And they told him, Bow Wow, that he doesn't qualify because he doesn't have enough hits. Anyway, so the Jasmine brand is basically reporting that these two are supposed to be going at it again for a rematch. They're going to be doing it on Memorial Day weekend. And I think it's supposed to be live. Here it is. Live from Miami, Sunday, May 30th, Swizz Beatz versus Timbaland, the rematch, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. You can watch it on Instagram, Triller, or FITE. I don't know what that is. Of course, drinks will be sponsored by Ciroc. So I don't know if they're going to be doing this I think they're going to be doing it at Club Live in Miami, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and it'll be broadcasted. Why are we doing a rematch? I don't understand. Did you guys ask for this? You guys voted for this? Or is it because they're running out of people for the verses? But what happened to Soulja Boy and Bow Wow? I tell you, I don't believe that Soulja Boy and Bow Wow versus is going to be taking place. I'll believe it when I see it. Okay, I guess Swizz Beatz and Timbaland, you guys can do whatever you want to do. It's your franchise. All right, moving along, still with the Jasmine brand. Shout out to y'all. Love and Hip Hop ATL star Arkansas Mo. He's accused of Googling countries where he could avoid extradition. The judge denies his request for bail. Now, if you don't know who this is Carly Red's ex-husband. She was married to him and she divorced him. And, she was all in love with Mo. Okay, this was her boo. And she got up out of Dodge just in time because Mr. Arkansas Mo decided to get a PPP loan and splurge. He dropped 40 grand in cash on back child support. He bought a Bentley, a Rolex. They caught him with hundreds and thousands of dollars of cash in his pocket. So yeah, he pled guilty if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he previously asked for bail, stating that, he wanted to see his daughter off to college and take care of his affairs before being sentenced in September. But prosecutors argued on May 24th that his allegedly sneaky activity could keep him behind bars, and a judge agreed. So prosecutors called out Arkansas Mo and said that before he went to jail in December, he allegedly Googled countries where he could avoid being extradited, handing over to the country where he committed the crime. Basically, they would if he was to flee to, I don't know, Brazil, the U.S. could basically go and pick him up, and Brazil would hand him over to the United States, basically. So he was looking up countries where he would be safe, where the U.S. wouldn't come get him, or the country wouldn't hand him over to the U.S. Dang! So they were watching his internet searches? Ooh. Yeah, so he's a flight risk, basically. So, of course. So they said he often bragged about scamming people and called him a danger to the public. He also allegedly told a witness that he wouldn't get any jail time. So if you want to read more, you can go to thejasminebrand.com, but that pretty much sums it up. So they were watching his internet activity. What a doofus. So the judge is going to deny your bail. You're a flight risk. Yikes. Let me tell you, a lot of people are going down for this PPP loan, and it's a huge PPP problem. And yes, I can laugh because you know what? Here's the thing. When people do things like this with ill intent, it makes it so much more difficult for the people who really need this type of assistance to actually pay their employees and keep their business afloat. It makes it 20 times more difficult for them to receive loans like this. I have been saying this since last year, right? Since the pandemic hit and everything was shut down and people started applying for these loans, there are small businesses that basically were that contributed to certain communities. You know what I mean? The sense of community, it was a business that people could actually frequent. Businesses passed down from generation to generation and generating income. You know what I mean? People are employed. These small businesses had to shut down because they were not approved for these PPP loans that they had planned on using properly. and these loans are getting forgiven. A lot of people are getting these loans forgiven. And it just sucks when you have to see like a small restaurant or a mom and pop shop, these small businesses have to actually close their shops, close their stores, have to fire people. They themselves don't know where their next dollar is coming from because their business is belly up. And then you have people like this guy, Arkansas Mo. You got people, what's the one from Pretty Ricky name? Whatever. Then you have all these other people buying Ferraris and things like that. And it sucks. And what are y'all doing with the money? Buying Bentleys, buying Rolexes. I mean, him dropping 40 grand on his back child support. That's not a bad idea. And I said before in a previous video months ago, that's what probably set everything off. Like, wait a minute, 40 grand in child support paid cash. But, and it sucks. Like, all jokes aside, it really sucks. It's sad to see so many people's businesses go belly up because they couldn't even get approved for this PPP loan. And these scammers are getting approved for these loans. And look, it sucks. So it's just going to make it harder for people who really need these resources that are offered. It's just going to make it more difficult for them. And I think that there should be some strict guidelines, and they shouldn't be able to scam to get loans. I'm sorry, not during a pandemic, but the government doesn't care. They're going to toss you in jail, and they're going to make money off of you every single day that you're in jail anyway. So they're getting a return on their investment. They ain't losing no money. It's a shame. And he has kids too. Good luck to you, Mo, because you're going to need it. All right. Up next, Hot 97. Ebro in the Morning announced this morning that Hot 97 is back. Not Hot 97 is back. Rewind. Hot 97's Ebro in the morning show announced that Summer Jam is back. Take two. Summer Jam is back. So August 22nd. So it's going to be going down on Sunday, August 22nd at MetLife Stadium. Shout out to New Jersey. So MetLife Stadium. So I find this a little weird because Summer Jam is usually in July, right? Or June, July. When I can remember far back, it was June, right? In the summertime, duh. But August 22nd, that's still summer. But I mean, August, that's so close to when everybody going back to school. Like, people go back to school in September. You got to get school supplies for the little children. Well, if you plan on going to Summer Jam and you have children that need school supplies, you better work some overtime, work a couple of doubles, and make sure that your children's school supplies are purchased, backpacks, pencils and all that, notebooks and all that, erasers, before you take your behind to Summer Jam. All right? Priorities. So, I mean, how do you guys feel? So here's the promo for it. August 27, MetLife Stadium. Hip hop's biggest concert is back. Here's the thing. Because music is not the same as it was in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I know, I will never get back to that place. I know I should let it go, right? But I won't. Never will, okay? 90s all day. I don't know if I would want to see any of these people live. I don't want to see, personally, I don't want to see Lil Baby live. Well, Lil Baby, yes, okay, I take that back. Maybe Lil Baby. Da Baby, I don't know if I want to see live. I would want to see Megan Thee Stallion live. I would want to see, I don't know if I would want to see Cardi B live, because I've seen some live performances and they weren't the best, but everybody can grow. Everybody can grow. If she's going to be bringing the same presence as far as her visuals that she does in her music videos on stage, then yes. I know it's two totally different things. Who do y'all want to see? Who would y'all want to see at Summer Jam? I wouldn't mind seeing Megan. DJ Khaled. Oh, yeah, DJ Khaled, Migos, Chris Brown for sure. I want to see Chris Brown. I would want to see Chris Brown. Her. I would want to see her. Doja Cat. Do you think Doja Cat would be good? Would she fit in at Summer Jam? I like the song that she did with SZA. I liked her Billboard performance. I don't know. I'd have to actually sit down and think about that. But Are you going to be going to Summer Jam if you live in the tri-state area? Hell, if you live out of town, like, if you live in Atlanta, would you travel to Jersey to see Summer Jam? So some people are excited. Everybody's excited. Again, this is going to be good. I think it's going to be packed because, again, people want to get out of the house. So this is going to be something to do. And I think it's going to be lucrative for Hot 97 and all the other promoters. So shout out to y'all. I won't be in attendance. I don't want to be jumbled up on a whole bunch of people coughing on you and sweating on you and whatnot. Now, we're not out of the woods yet, people, but I'm not judging. I'll watch. I'll find a way to watch it live, and I'll watch. All right. Let me tell y'all graduates something, all right? Listen, stop ruining stuff for other people. When you graduate from high school, college, you are not, grammar school, preschool, you are not the only graduate, obviously, right? There are your classmates and your classmates' family come to enjoy the graduation. And there's always got to be one person that ruins it for everybody. Some of this carrying on that I see at graduations, I don't find it cute. That's my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion. All this taking off of your shoes and taking your wig off and swinging it across the stage and doing the twerkulator. And personally, I don't find it cute. I think it's tacky. Okay. So DJ Academics posted this to his Instagram. Atlanta rapper Metro Mars was arrested. So imagine you get arrested at your graduation for doing something stupid. So he was arrested after he threw $10,000 at his high school graduation. As if you getting arrested is not tacky enough. You got arrested for throwing money. Tacky. Listen, have some decency. My God.
Okay, y'all, you see how 2021 popping it now? Y'all see what's going on?
Yeah!
All right, okay. Let's get on control, y'all.
That is so embarrassing. If I were his parents, I would be so pissed. This is tacky. I don't find this funny at all. I really don't. Oh, look who said legend. I just realized that. Y'all see that? T.I. commented legend. Wow. Legend, huh? Wow. How you get arrested for throwing money? Good question. Cops must think it's littering. He could have incited a riot. What if some of his classmates started jumping up and grabbing money and fighting? Then what? Was that real money though? Either way. What if his classmates would have started fighting each other over the money? But you won't get arrested for being broke, littering, inciting a mass crowd. I'm just looking at the comments. When you black, they will try to arrest you for anything. This ain't got nothing to do, in my opinion, this ain't got nothing to do with him being black and being arrested for anything. This is stupid. Why you got this? See, you made this all about you. I don't know. This is just yo. This is that new money behavior, man. This ain't old money. Arrested for throwing $10,000. God bless America. I would like to know what his charges are. Hold on. I'm just looking at the comments. He ain't nothing wrong. You meant to say he ain't do nothing wrong? Right. He should have waited till everybody got their diploma first. People was ready to get out and go eat and go home. I can't. Why do people type like this? Can y'all type in English? Good God Almighty. Nah, they hating on bruh. Nah, ain't nobody hating. Y'all, whatever. Let me get off this topic before I start to get irritated. What do you guys think about it? Do you think it's no big deal? I don't find it funny personally. I think it's ignorant. It just displays ignorance. You got a little $10,000 and you throw it in the crowd. No emotional intelligence, not caring. Some people may say it's not that serious. He shouldn't get arrested. Yeah, but you ruined the graduation for everybody else too. You're not the only one graduating. Sit your simple behind down. All right, up next, Baller Alert Instagram. They posted this. Tracee Ellis Ross says society spoon feeds people to get married and have kids. Let me tell you something. Every year, this woman gets bullied and talked about why she ain't got no man, why she ain't married, why she don't have no kids. And you know, it's so annoying because I see women, black women, a lot of black women do this to other black women. And it's so late. It's 2021, child. You know, the cost of living is through the roof. People who don't want to have kids, you just don't want to have kids. You know what I mean? This is a wicked world we live in, man. And those of you who are parents and you're hands-on and you actually give a damn, tell me you don't worry every single day for your child's future because of the way that the world is, right? Some people can handle that stress and some people don't want that stress. Some people may not feel that they would be great parents. Some people feel happy whether they have children or not. Some people are happy not being married. Some people are happy being married. What I don't understand is, why do people treat Tracee Ellis Ross like something is wrong with her because she is the age that she is, and she's like 48 years old, and she is not married by choice, and she does not have children by choice. So she's just supposed to have kids just to have them, huh? And who gonna take care of them? Nobody that's criticizing her. Regardless of how much money she has, no one's going to be there emotionally and financially for that child who's criticizing her. Tracee Ellis Ross says society spoon feeds people to get married and have kids. Okay. She doesn't like the fact that society puts pressure on people to get married and have kids. Quite frankly, society puts pressure on women to get married and have kids. I mean, I'm sure they put pressure on men too. You got to settle down. You got to settle down. In an interview with Marie Claire, the 48-year-old actress opened up about the societal pressures put on women to get married and start a family, People reported. When Ross, who isn't married and has no kids, was asked if she ever dreamed about having a bigger family, she answers, well, how could you not? Our society spoon feeds it to you. The Black-ish star said, I used to put myself to sleep dreaming of my wedding. Wow. So you can read more about that on balleralert.com, I guess. But she did the interview with Marie Claire and People basically reported on it. I just think that she leave her the hell alone. And I know that she is tired of answering this question every damn interview. And I'm waiting for the day that she spazzes out and tells everybody to stop asking her about being married and having effing kids. I'm waiting for the day because I'm going to applaud her. Someone said it's true, but society puts pressure mainly on women to get married, have a wedding, kids, etc., but not us men. It's hella weird. And this is a man who posted this. Someone said, I completely agree. Disagree. Society promotes open relationships and BDs. I don't know what BDs are. Baby daddies, I guess. People get married for the wedding day. Others' expectations are not the relationship. Yeah, some people do get married just for the pomp and circumstance and just to say, I have a husband or my man. And again, I see a lot of black women do it to each other. They weaponize other black women choosing to be single. And, you know, I'm just saying it's kind of weird. Like, to be honest with you, I don't care if you're single or not. Are you happy? Are you sane? And do you have tendencies to steal, lie, and murder? If you answered yes to those last three questions, I don't care if you're married or single. I ain't hanging around you. I care more about your moral compass than your relationship status. Dead ass. Okay? So drop down in the comments and let me know what you guys think. Are you one of those people who questions others about why they're not married or why they don't have kids? When you see individuals, whether it be your homeboy or homegirl, who are of a particular age and they don't have children, do you look at them some type of way? I don't care. I'd rather you not have children and screw them up and not screw anybody else's life up. Some people know that they're a head case and they say, you know what? Nah, I'm not responsible enough to have kids. I respect people's honesty rather than popping them out and not taking care of them emotionally or financially. But what do I know? Moving along, Screen Rant reports that Real Housewives of Atlanta's Kandi Burrus, Kandi and Todd opened up a restaurant, Blaze Steak and Seafood restaurant, I think last year, and it fails the health inspection. Now, Kandi is no stranger to the health inspection. She has like 2 OLG restaurants. I remember Todd was going to be opening up a Mexican restaurant. I think that was on season 12 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. They talked about that. And I remember when Kandi opened up Blaze Steak and Seafood restaurant. So she's no stranger to health inspections. She's probably failed a couple. The good thing about this, try to find the good in every situation, right? The good thing about this is that what was reported, in my opinion, is not would not deter me from eating at this restaurant if I was going to eat at any of Kandi's restaurants, right? This wasn't there was no reports of any roaches or rats or anything like that. So that's not a bad thing. So this is according to Screen Rant. The steakhouse was supposed to be featured on Kandi's new spinoff that is still in production. So Bravo revealed that the show is set to premiere in late 2021 and will also showcase the singer's ability to grow her business. So Kandi had an intense season as she had to, keep quiet about Portia's situation with Balo and all types of other things that was going on. So she is definitely going to be getting her spinoff. So the restaurant is owned by Kandi and her husband, and this is according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So Blaze Steak and Seafood opened November 2020. All right, and so it hasn't even been a year yet. Is this bad? But anyway, let me just keep reading the article. So they claim to offer a fine dining feel and an elevated take on steak. Unfortunately, the restaurant failed its health inspection on May 18th. Not the day after your birthday, Kandi, because Kandi and I have the same birthday, May 17th. So the outlet shared that the restaurant scored a 55, which is considered failing, and closed its doors on May 20th in order to address the issues cited in the health inspection. So the inspector did not find any bugs or rodents in the restaurant. That's a good thing, okay? That's not a bad thing at all right? So the health inspector found multiple infractions and took points away for observing a kitchen worker switching from raw seafood to ready-to-eat foods without washing their hands. The prep coolers were too hot at 41 degrees Celsius. Well, what are they supposed to be? Lack of procedure on how to handle vomit, residue on ice makers, lack of consumer advisory, storage problems, and staff wearing inappropriate jewelry. Okay, I mean, it's not that bad, it's bad, but it's not that bad because she's a public figure. So this is made public. You see a headline that says Kandi's restaurant fails health inspection. You're like, ooh, oh my God. And I'm going to be honest with you. I laughed when I saw this. Why? Because the only thing that I could think about is I could hear Nene's voice saying, you know how Nene does that, I'm not saying that Nene was laughing at Kandi because, listen, she has to go through inspection as well. And she's been doing her soft openings for the Lanithia Lounge. All seems to be going well. And I think this Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow, she's going to do the official opening. So, Kandi will be fine. They're going to, they closed the restaurant. She got to address the issues. It is what it is. She'll be fine. Now, I have a question because I do know that I have some viewers in Atlanta. Have you guys gone to any of Kandi's restaurants? OLG? Any of the OLGs? Because I think that's what she has, 2 OLG restaurants, right? I don't think she has anything else. So let me know if you have gone to any of her restaurants, what your experience was like. Do you plan on going to Blaze Steak and Seafood? Let me know in the comments. Good luck to Kandi. Listen, I'm a firm believer in not knocking how anybody eats, literally and figuratively, right? In this case. So she is trying to she's building wealth. She has kids out here. She wants her kids to probably inherit some sort of trust fund. I'm not mad at it at all because Todd and Kandi are not going to be here forever. Their children have to live and her kids are young. with the exception of Riley. Riley's in college. College fee got to be paid. Listen, I may not like her personality per se on Housewives of Atlanta, but as far as her business acumen, I respect it. And another thing, Todd, how did this happen, Todd? Kandi is out here doing press runs and doing things and setting up stuff. Todd, why are you not making sure that, protocol is being followed? That's very interesting. Kandi can't do everything. And as aggressive as Todd is with wanting to open up so many businesses, right? You would think that he would have all his I's dotted and T's crossed. So yes, this falls on you, Todd. I'm going to keep it a buck. This falls on you. All right, let's see. What's up next? Tell me what you guys think. Because Kandi can't do everything, right? I don't know. Ooh, child. Charlamagne. He has been the talk of the town for the past 2 weeks or past week, right? So this is according to the sister. Wendy Williams' ex-husband, Kelvin Hunter, they put Kevin, but his name is Kelvin Hunter, threatens to expose Charlamagne, honey. That's what I call him, Charlamagne. Now, this is very, very interesting. Now, the relation between the two of them is they were friends, former friends, and Charlamagne used to be on the Wendy Williams show when she had her radio show, right? He was her co-host for a short period of time. He wasn't well received. I remember back in the day, I used to listen to Wendy Williams faithfully on the radio. So I remember when Charlamagne came about, and he was not well received. People used to call into the radio and ask, who's this goofy cornball? Who's this country fool? So, at the time, of course, Wendy Williams and Kelvin Hunter were together. Obviously, they were married. This was years ago. So Kelvin and Charlamagne formed a friendship. They formed somewhat of a bond, I guess. And I remember Kelvin Hunter talked about Charlamagne, put it that way. He did an interview with Tasha K, who is a content creator on YouTube. And he talked about some things about Charlamagne, some things that Charlamagne did back in the day, because he used to live with Wendy Williams and Kelvin. And I think Kelvin put him up in an apartment of his own. So Charlamagne was wilded out when he came up to the tri-state area, right? From North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever he's from. So recently, Charlamagne has been in the news because his allegations from the past or his criminal record have been brought back up. And Kelvin feels inclined to jump in and give his 2 cents, right? Charlamagne recently apologized to Kwame Brown, who is a former NBA player whose name was brought into some mess, and Charlamagne decided to chime in, and Kwame has been lighting him up since last week. Charlamagne apologized just this week, Monday, if I'm not mistaken, and Kelvin Hunter is just calling him out on BS, saying that his apology was fake. So it seems that Kelvin has some things to say, and he wants to expose Charlamagne. So Kevin Hunter, the ex-husband to media mogul Wendy Williams, called out Charlamagne by threatening to expose him. Now, according to the Shade Room, it's not clear why Kevin started the drama with the Breakfast Club radio host, Charlamagne, but he also mentioned former NBA star Kwame Brown in his rant. Kwame Brown was estranged in a series... Rewind! Doing too much. This caffeine is kicking in. Kwame Brown was entangled in a series of dramatic beefs this week with other former ballers. When this news landed on Charlamagne's desk, he warned everyone to leave Kwame Brown alone, mentioning Kwame's dark family history during a recent episode of The Breakfast Club. So I don't need to go into what Charlamagne said, but he did not need to bring up Kwame Brown's father, Kwame Brown's brother, and telling everybody to leave Kwame Brown alone. All you had to do, Charlamagne, was say, just leave Kwame alone. It's not right what y'all doing. Leave him be. People now believe Hunter's outburst has something to do with the things Brown said about Charlamagne in response. Brown brought up old allegations made against Charlamagne, which were proved to be untrue in court. So also another thing is the woman that Kelvin Hunter has a daughter with now, his mistress. He was cheating on Wendy Williams at the time that they were married. Charlamagne said that he knew her, and he was the one who introduced Kelvin to this mistress woman. So Kelvin Hunter, he followed up on Instagram with an Instagram story post that read, "My ex been told me you was a piece of bleep, and I mean early. I was like, nah, this little dude like my brother. Treated him like family. Opened my home. Let him live rent free. Got him his first job and salary next to the queen of New York radio in the #1 market. Only for this F-boy to act like an unappreciative piece of bleep. Time for the truth." Honey. I think it's because Charlamagne was doing a little bit of talking. Like when Wendy Williams filed for divorce, Charlamagne was on the radio talking about how Kelvin Hunter was a piece of this and that. He insinuated that Kelvin Hunter was hands-on with Wendy, if you know what I mean, in the past. Talked about what he saw in the studio. So, yeah, I don't think Kelvin is going to spare him at all. So the Shade Room posted this. This was from Kelvin Hunter's story. "I see we back to Charlamagne's storytelling time. Salute to Kwame Brown. After all that talk, I think it's time to share some real scary truth about an individual y'all really still know nothing about." Should be KNOW. "And definitely time to clear up some lies. Truth is powerful, and there's only one true God. I regret the day I ever brought you around any of my people. Story time. The truth will blow your mind." What is Mr. Hunter? Can you just please get out with it already? He probably going to write a book. So Kelvin Hunter has been silent, for a long time, but sister to sister, they updated us with this tea. So yeah, if you follow Kelvin Hunter on Instagram, he's been posting a few things on his story, and I think I reposted one of his stories on my Instagram page. But I think this is his payback, or his time to get revenge. Because again, when Wendy Williams and Kelvin were going through divorce, Charlamagne had a lot to say about Kelvin on air during, the Breakfast Club, their morning show, which I think that he should not have. But then again, Kelvin Hunter did do an interview with Tasha K, who was a content creator on YouTube, and he talked about Charlamagne. So I guess Charlamagne felt like he had to say something. I don't know. This is going to get ugly. This is going to get really, really ugly. And I think that Wendy and Kelvin are still in communication. I think Wendy has accepted, what Kelvin did. It is what it is. And I think that they're still cool. Obviously, they have a son together. And I think that Kelvin still kind of sticks up for Wendy in a sense. And I think he's ready to nail Charlamagne to the cross. So this is going to be an interesting couple of weeks to see this stuff unravel. Have you been keeping up? What do you think? What do you think about Kwame Brown? What do you think about Charlamagne? A question was posed yesterday by several people. Should Charlamagne be canceled? Should the Breakfast Club be canceled? I don't know. We shall see. But see, here's the thing. I said yesterday that Charlamagne I think he's relying on his corporate backing because he has his hands in a lot of things. Remember, Charlamagne has the Black Effect Network, which hosts a couple of people's podcasts, right? Just Hilarious, Flame Monroe, the 85 South Show, like Carlos Miller and DC Young Fly. So he has a couple of, shows underneath his little Black Effect network. He's working with Tamika Mallory. I think she has a podcast, if I'm not mistaken. I remember when he launched the Black Effect Network. So people have invested in Charlamagne. A lot of corporate entities have invested, and I don't think that they're interested in taking a loss because this just got off the ground less than a year ago. It hasn't even been a year yet. Right. So they want these investors, they want a return on their investment. And then when they no longer need Charlamagne, they'll discard of him. So is he going to be protected? Do you think he's going to be canceled? Do you think the Breakfast Club is going to be canceled? Do you think he's going to be suspended? I don't think he will now. Because again, a lot of people have invested in him and they want a return on their investment. This is not the time financially in these tough economic times to be taking any losses, for any of these investors to be taking any losses. So I think once his Black Effect Network starts to gain momentum and to generate a lot of revenue, at least double what these investors invested, then they'll probably be like, all right, we made our money back times 10. Peace. But he may be protected by these corporate entities. That's not a good thing. I'm just saying it is what it is. All right, up next, DMX. If you guys are not aware, DMX does have his posthumous album going to be released this Friday, right? Called titled Exodus. So this is according to the Jasmine brand. This was posted on their Instagram. DMX's sons allege that his estate is worth less than $1 million in court docs. Daughters say it's less than $50,000. How the heck does this happen? Of course, the business of music, right? So more information is coming out about the life and loss of iconic rapper DMX. After selling more than 74 million albums and appearing in multiple movies through the span of his career, DMX's estate could be less than $1 million, possibly less than $50,000, court documents filed by his children allege, according to Yahoo News. So 5 of DMX's 15 children filed separate court documents. His daughter Sasha Simmons and Jada Owen first filed documents on May 10, alleging his estate is worth less than $50,000. His sons Xavier, Tacoma, and Sean Simmons then filed documents on May 21st, claiming his estate is worth less than $1 million. Both sides are hoping to be named administrators in the late rapper's estate. Although what Swiss Beats said, when Swiss Beats got up on stage at the memorial that what's his name, Kanye West put together, and Kanye West's choir was there. Although it was bad timing, I think, and it was kind of like, all right, let's not do all of that. Swiss Beats was right. I did say that when I gave commentary about it. He was right. He said, make sure you guys have a will before you die so that nobody is fighting over assets or anything like that. And you don't have strangers digging in your pockets, in a nutshell. He was the last to speak before the memorial ended. And I don't think he should have closed out on that note because he was hurt. He kind of apologized afterwards. And I totally get it. I just feel like it wasn't the time and place to say it like that, but whatever, he's grieving, so I don't hold it against him, right? I can't, but he's right. And obviously, look at what's coming out. I mean, I saw this coming. Let me tell you something. For those of you who are in families who may have assets, even if they have little to no assets, in your opinion, we often, I can speak for myself. Whenever somebody passes away, it's not funny. It's just kind of weird. You would think that the last thing that you would think of is trying to get somebody's assets or material items, or I just find that very weird. I find it weird. Granted, these are his children. Yes, I'm sure they probably need money. They probably figured he got millions of dollars or whatever. But this is so hard. This is so hard that they have to go to court and file documents to what? Get access to his money. And here's the thing. What are they going to get after these people these leeches who are digging in his pockets? He owes for studio time, or he got to pay publishing, or he got to pay this producer. What are you going to be left with, So I think that's why, Swiss Beats was pissed off. And I hope that he doesn't have any more outbursts. The proceeds from this particular album hopefully will go to his children, as it should. But if DMX didn't have a will, it kind of makes it difficult. And then the kids have to run to court and find out all this information. And this is going to get uglier because people, the public, the court of public opinion is going to want to know, how is it that this man had 2 platinum albums, and his first 2 albums were put out in the same year, months apart, like within the same 365 days. His first and second album went platinum, multi-platinum. That's just the first 2 albums. He was in movies, all types of stuff. He's credited as writer on all of his songs. So it makes you wonder, how is his estate worth less than $1 million? And then someone else said less than 50,000. Leeches, man. Y'all gonna piss Swiss Beats off, and he gonna start talking. But I just, it sucks. So hopefully they can get all of that. Yeah, and you know what too? I don't want the kids to talk to the public about this man, because, man, let the man rest in peace, please. Don't make this public. Someone commented, "Why is this our business?" They want what's due to them. His kids should get every penny. I'm not mad at the kids at all. You know, he got a lot of kids, so there's nothing wrong with that. I have a feeling this is gonna get ugly, especially after his album comes out. Everybody gonna have their hands in his pocket. I'm following Jungle on Instagram, his friend that wasn't able to speak at the funeral. So we'll see. They probably silenced him already, so he's probably not gonna be able to say much. All right, now this is crazy, okay? Let me tell you something. This is exactly why a lot of these beauticians, I know you were like, what the heck is she talking about? This is Baller Alert posted this video, right? This is why a lot of beauticians require you to leave a deposit. They want a sample. They want a fingerprint. They want a DNA sample before you even sit in their chair, because of people like this. So this woman goes in to get her hair done, all right? And she is trying to leave without paying. And you can see what she has in her hand, and she is refusing to pay. Swinging her bob, all types of craziness. Take a look at this foolishness.
Why do people feel like they can do shit like that? That's
right,
real
cool.
shit. Like, no.
Cool, fine. Just let her go.
Ain't no fine.
It's
Like,
okay.
if
I'll
you,
pay her 45. It's okay.
not about
No,
that.
you're not going to pay her 45. It's not even work, because I'm a
It's the
client.
principle of the point. Like, if you feel for your satisfaction, it's a form of self.
Oh my God! Everybody does!
Let this bitch go.
You ain't got to shoot.
Let her out. Just let her out.
Get your bum ass out.
Bum. Get out of here, bum.
Weak ass, bum ass hoe.
Right.
She a bum, bro.
Bum.
She a bum, bro.
She have something. And look at her. Look. The girl came in and intervened. That one right there intervened and said, "I'll pay her $45. Just let her go." Let me tell you that this could have ended very ugly. You know, it's true. Just let her go. And, you know, that's such a loss to the beautician, because she gave her services and she got the nerve to be swinging her hair and refusing to pay. Let me tell you something. People like her make me sick. Like I said, that's why these beauticians, they want you to leave a deposit. They want the last four, the social security number of your firstborn. They want a DNA swab, all of that before you could sit in their chair. And you on camera, you bum. So I'm sure she's going to get arrested. It is what it is. And look at her swinging her hair. So she basically, that's robbery, armed robbery. Is it ever that serious? Girl, you can go and buy a wig and throw it on top of your bald head. Is it ever that serious? And your face is all on candid camera. Look what she pulled out, y'all. Because she didn't want to pay her $45. You a straight up bum. That pissed me off. You should have jumped up, but then again. But first of all, shout out to the sister who wasn't even scared. Wow, that is so, people make me sick. Speaking of make me sick, I'm so tired of SAFAREE and Erica. Am I the only one? I did a video yesterday about Erica Mena filing for divorce from SAFAREE. I don't believe it, because didn't SAFAREE just file for divorce a couple months ago from Erica? I'm tired of them. And watch, this is going to be a part of the storyline for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I bet you any money they're going to be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, because I think Atlanta's coming back before New York. I don't know. I could be wrong. Anyway, so SAFAREE basically is getting blasted by people on social media. He's catching heat over his weekend engagements, right? So he posted this picture on his Instagram, right? And people were in the comments like lighting him up. So he's basically like was showing fans what he was up to during the weekend. Like he posted this photo of himself, you know, performing on stage. And the caption says that he had a busy weekend, Big salute to Dallas, my bro, whatever. We working. He's tagged whoever, whatever. So the post basically brought on different reactions from fans who said that he should have been home during the weekend. And because his wife is pregnant. But remember, she just filed for divorce. I talked about that yesterday. I posted a video about that yesterday. So he can't work. Erica working, she out taking photos and for whatever reason, and doing why does he have to be home with her? Never mind them going through a divorce, even if they weren't going through a divorce. He got to work, right? What's going to pay the bills? Safaree is out here doing his thing like most people are, trying to make ends meet. He has a daughter and he's got another child on the way. I'm confused, but people were blasting him. So they basically said that he should have been home with his pregnant wife instead of spending his time on stage. I don't know. And then it started to turn into a discussion. The comments always are interesting, an interesting place to get lost in, right? Because you see so many perspectives from different people from different places. Some are ridiculous, some people troll, and then some people pose questions, right? So it started a discussion about like why partners shouldn't leave their pregnant wives at home. I was just like, really? Are y'all serious? So some fans, they aired their candid opinions about the post, while others wished the actor success and prayed that his wife have a safe delivery. See, I like people like that. Just wish him well, hopefully everything works out for you. I wish y'all a safe delivery. That's it. So one fan posted, yes, securing the bag for them babies. You always was booked and busy. Another fan said, keep working hard, make that money, take good care of your beautiful daughter and wife. Forget the haters. You can't please everyone. God bless you. Another Instagram user wrote, you should be at home with your wife and helping her. What is she? She ain't handicapped. Helping her with what? They probably got a nanny. Child, Erica is probably got her feet kicked up watching TV, and the nanny is taking care of that baby. Please. So, their house was recently burglarized, right? And then now Erica filed for divorce. I just don't know with them. What do you guys think? Do you guys believe that they're really going to get divorced? Here's some photos. Look at Safaree. This is the blast.com posted this article. That's where I was reading some of the stuff from. Mena. God. She doesn't even look like her. Like, she doesn't look the same anymore. It's weird. She looked like she eyed to me. Like, is being pregnant considered a handicap? That man got money to make. Let me tell you something. Erica filed for divorce. She wants child support. She wants full custody of the babies. And she wants to keep the house. And so I'm pretty sure Safaree got legal fees that he has to pay. Or, they're making us think that. But I don't see anything wrong with him working. Like, oh, please. Knock it off. So, again, do you guys believe that these two are getting divorced? I don't. Do you even care? Someone said a busy, disrespectful weekend. Awesome, cute. We saw that video, Safaree. You ain't safe. What? How come you never post pics of your beautiful pregnant wife? Just curious. They broke up again, someone said. Oh, really? I had no idea. Thank you for telling me. Oh, God. Busy disrespecting your wife. Shame. You know what I find so interesting? Why is Safaree being called disrespectful? Did these people not see what Erica Mena said to Wendy Williams like 2 weeks ago? No? She's not considered disrespectful? Anyway. All right, Royal Family. That's all I got. I ain't got no more. Had a little bit of a late start, but I'm here nonetheless. All praises to the Most High. Hopefully you guys have a beautiful and splendid Wednesday. Again, it's May 26, 2021. If you are catching this show late, if you're joining us late, you can always go back and watch the replay. I greatly appreciate all of you who are viewing this video, and shout out to all of you who are commenting. Thank you for building back up the engagement. I'm kind of starting from scratch after taking such a long, in media it's considered long anyway, vacation. So it's like I'm starting over, but with experience. So it's a beautiful thing. So I'm enjoying the engagement. I'm enjoying the interaction with you guys. So drop that in the comments and share your thoughts. Thanks for everybody who've been keeping it very respectful in the comments and engaging in the topics. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I like going, back and forth, communicating with you guys. So be sure to like the video if you liked it. Don't forget, that is your admission fee, costs you nothing. YouTube Royal family members, don't forget, I am on Twitch, she_Royal B. If you look in the community tab, you can just click the link, click follow, set your notifications. That way, if you don't want to wait for the replay of the video, you can catch me live over on Twitch. And Twitchers, I'm on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. All right, do I have any more church announcements, or is that it? I appreciate you guys. You guys are fun. So, yeah, if you're catching the replay, like I said, if you came in late, like I said, catch the replay. And also, don't hesitate to share the video. You got Facebook? Share it on Facebook. I greatly appreciate it. All right, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. I'm signing off. Have a splendid day, Royal family. And as always, until next time, folks, peace.